Well, hello. This is not my usual setup. It is day 73 out of 100 Bold today, and I'm currently in the garage of my building. I'm filming this video at 11 p.m., exactly 1 hour before it's posted. And I just know that if I go and film on my camera, I'm gonna have to edit it and then I'm gonna have to post it. But by the time I do all of this, I would have missed my window to post today. And the last thing I want is to go one day of not posting throughout this 100-day challenge. So this is the boldest thing I can do. And I actually don't even have a script ready for this. So let's see what I've learned today. Today I learned that breakthroughs happen when you let go a little bit. I had a meeting today with one of my co-founders for another company that I'm starting, and we have been working really hard for the past 3 to 4 months. Really, really hard. We've been changing the name of the business, we've been changing different things around it, we've been setting up so many different pathways, and today we decided to meet at the Bel Air Hotel. And it was just such a lovely time. At first, we wanted to meet and get to work, just co-working together as usual, but today was a very interesting day where we closed all of our books, all of our laptops, and we said, let's go take a walk. And that walk turned into just goal setting. Just thinking about what's the next year going to be like, what do we want to achieve, what kind of lifestyle do we want to have? And I think a lot of times when we think of business, we think of what's the fastest way to make money? What's like the biggest ROI move you can make? But we forget to ask ourselves, what life do I want to live? And how can this business fit into this lifestyle? And it kind of just takes me back to when I first started my company. I really thought that my goal was to make this the most scalable thing on earth. I want to make millions, hundreds of millions, right? All that kind of stuff. And in the pursuit of that, I've realized that what's the point of making all the money in the world and then losing yourself in the process? But also, how much do I really need to live the life I want? Do I need to sacrifice my youth? Do I need to sacrifice the opportunity to really live out different experiences just so I can make more money? Like, what's the point of that? And so it really made me rethink a lot of things about my life, rethink a lot of things around business. Why am I even doing this? How much do I actually need to enjoy my life? And I came to the realization that I actually don't need to make $100 million. Sometimes making a certain amount of money a month is enough to afford the kind of lifestyle that I want to live. And also, do I value living in a big house? Do I value having a lot of material in my life? Or do I value experiences more? And I think it's really bold to go through that line of questioning with yourself. Because sometimes what we've been taught from a young age, and maybe just from society, we've been taught that career, money, having all of these things in our lives, this is what the gold standard of success is. But success can look very different for many people. To be honest with you, I view my parents as extremely successful. Look, they're not by any means multi-millionaires or billionaires. They're not. For me, I view them as successful because I look at my siblings and I think they've raised amazing kids. I really look up to them. I just have so much respect for them. I look at the way that they've raised us and how they've provided as parents. And I view that as success. I view that as something that I want to succeed in. I think one of the most beautiful things in life as a woman is to be able to continue life or bring forth life. I'd love to have a family of my own. And I think that really evaluating and seeing okay, I love business. I love creating a good career for myself. But what would that look like down the line if I want to have kids, right? What would that look like? And I think these are just bold questions to ask yourself. Success looks so different for everyone at every stage. I thought differently back when I was 22 versus now. And just like that, my phone died. So I had to run upstairs and finish filming this video with it being charged right now as I'm holding it. The boldest thing you can do today is ask yourself, what does success really look like to me? And really being brutally honest with yourself. And you'd be really surprised of what you might think. Maybe right now you've been working so hard at this job, but you realize that you actually don't need all that money. Or maybe you just don't need to live in this particular environment anymore. Success actually looks like something completely different. And it is bold to ask yourself these things. It'll perhaps change the course of your life. You probably have to make a little bit of changes, but at least you'll feel like you are realigning with yourself. And remember, there's no such thing as a bad answer to this question. So do yourself a service, ask yourself, what does success truly look like for me? And then from there, build your future. This is day 73 out of 100 bold. I appreciate you so much. I hope you have an amazing day. And I'll see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. And remember, to act bold, you need to be kid brave again.